a fear that I've never experienced in my life before, where I was so scared, my hands literally went numb. I don't even know what that is. If it's
Oh,
blood pressure or
wow.
heart rate, I don't even know. I was so scared,
Mhm.
and I was trying to come up with any excuse in the world to not do this thing that I had flown to Texas. I'm like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. I'm like, but I'm like, no. I'm like, I came all this way. I spent all this money. I felt like I had to do it at that point. I mean, technically, I could have chickened out, but in my mind, I'm like, I have to do this. And I think sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes you need to burn the boats. That's the only way things
Mhm.
are done sometimes. And it was it was a very intense, scary experience. I had a pretty crazy personal experience when I was in the basement. Um, if you, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Yorktown, but for some reason in the basement of this hospital, this old abandoned Catholic hospital from the 50s, there's a like an old school like jail cell. It's almost like a jail cell that you would see in like a Western. It's a freestanding cage. And I went down there and I was sitting on this little bench they have in the cage, and my EMF detector just started pinning red. And mind you, again, I'm in a place with no electricity. And at the same time as that the EMF detector was pinning red, which I believe was 20 plus milligauss for the K2 meter that I was using at the time, I get this really strong, overwhelming uh, electricity. It was such a strong form of energy. It almost felt like I was. I wouldn't say maybe electrocuted is a strong word, but it felt like goosebumps on steroids. My whole body was just tingling. And what was great about the EMF detector is it was validating the energy that I was feeling. And it's, I guess it's kind of hard to explain not having been there, but I think that's probably the most intense experience I had that evening.